Have you noticed a disconnect between international and local students?
Yeah. Yes, there's a... I wouldn't say there...
There is definitely a disconnection.
People were like aware that like the other side kind of existed, but nobody really wanted to make the effort.
Awkward moments.
Yeah, what was the question?
Do you feel like there's a disconnect?
Yeah. Definitely. I am from Korea.
Lexington, Ohio.
Beijing, China.
I'm from Hong Kong. 石家庄.
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio.
But I study business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm like nothing but business, straight business.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it can be. What do you want to do in film studies?
I don't want to do anything actually. I just like want to go to Las Vegas and win a jackpot. And then not working at all. That's
the dream.
yeah, that's the dream.
Damn, well, I'm just a film major, so I know
Oh,
nothing
film
about
major.
that.
I'm jealous about that. I just told Sophia it's like that's the major I start with, but I just think it's hard to make money. And I make money right now. Yeah, maybe I can invest in some film in the
There you
future.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your future? You being a grad student and all. What does that entail? I mean,
Yeah, I'm worried. My research project is not really a popular one, I guess. I only found about 5 professors I might be able to work with.
right now I'm a third year and planning for my future. I'm starting to look for jobs and in the business world, looking into some career fairs and such. But I honestly haven't even looked too far into it, even being a third year. So.
I mean, we still have a year and a half left. You have time.
I like started doing like photography this summer.
You do portraits or landscape?
I do kind of like a little bit of everything, but mostly it's like either portraits or like concerts.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
I-
dope.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
love
much
going
fun.
to concerts, festivals. I have
Yeah.
like most of my friends are concert photographers.
Holy shit, that's so cool. Yeah, sorry, am I allowed to swear? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
What do you like best about being in college?
Probably the people, honestly. The variation people that I like talk to and like hang out with and consider myself to be like good friends with right now is like really kind of crazy.
I think being in college I like is we have more spare time. I like to learn language. Like I can speak like 5 languages maybe. And also like I play basketball, although it doesn't look like. But I play a lot of basketball, but also because spare time I can have time to practice.
I'm minoring in Chinese and I really want to become fluent in Mandarin. And so like I've kind of been going out and being able to go to clubs and talk with international students and kind of speak Mandarin where I would never have been able to do this before college.
My learning experience is a little bit worse than that. Learning Norwegian,
Oh,
there's
really?
not really anybody who speaks Norwegian.
I would imagine.
Do you have a funny or fun memory from your time here? If so, can you tell me about it?
Honestly, it's so cheesy. Again,
It's-
so
it's
cheesy.
okay to
And I
be
keep saying,
cheesy.
it's so cheesy. It's
It's
so
okay to be
cheesy to
cheesy.
say it's so cheesy. I really enjoyed my first Backburner show that we performed. Like,
Oh,
In front of
that's
people.
huge. That's not cheesy.
so it was like my first time kind of like performing in front of like a group
Oh,
of people,
nice.
and I got through it, and it was
Oh,
really
nice.
fun. And
Yeah.
it just like looking back at that, I'm like, I can't believe like I did it.
Yeah, yeah.
What is your passion?
I really want to graduate.
Your passion is graduation?
Yes.
A huge transit fan.
Okay.
Buses, trams, ferries. If you're from Norway, obviously, those kind of things just fascinates me.
Okay.
I just want to make them work better. I've been to every single bus stop in this city. I've been on every single bus line in this city. Been to all of Koda's.
So you know the city like the back of your hand, it seems like. That's pretty cool. Well, for me personally, I'm more like kind of pushing away from school. I have a huge hobby of video games, you know.
Yeah.
I love competition, and I even go to tournaments for some video games. If you're familiar with Super Smash Brothers, it's been on every Nintendo console, the fighting game.
Yeah.
where you can play as almost any player, from a Pokemon to a random Mario character. That's definitely one of my biggest passions, playing video games.
It's taking pictures, but I don't want to admit it. At the end of last semester, I had like, I had to like go to like a therapist for like a month to like deal with anxiety, and they gave me like a ton of recommendations for like things to do to calm myself down, and none of them work except where one of them was like take a walk, and the other one was like focus on something really hard. And so I found out that if I took a walk and brought my camera with me, then I would just be able to just walk in silence and just focus on like everything around me without actually getting involved in it. Every time I see something that really sticks out to me, I just kind of get to like pause for a minute.
Yeah.
Because I usually just kind of power walk because I'm late everywhere until yeah. Yeah. What about you?
I like doing videos. I like I like music. I feel like it's all sort of this sense of self-expression. That's why I feel like expression not only for yourself but also for people who don't have voice.
Something that I feel like is really insanely hard but also really insanely, you know, impressive is like making art where you're not just kind of making it just for fun.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I feel like that's kind of my thing of like, I'm just taking a picture of a tree, you know? I wish I could like say something more with it.
But I also think like even though you think you're just taking a picture of a tree, but in a way it heals you in a way. And when it heals you, it's probably gonna heal someone else. So by putting your work, it's meaningful. Like
thank you. Yeah,
it's
I like
meaningful
that.
to you. It's meaningful to someone
Yeah.
else. Is college different from your expectation? If so, in what way?
Yeah. Yes.
It is.
Yeah. I think the biggest one is there's a lot of like freedom, which everyone says, but like it doesn't prepare you.
When I thought about college, I feel like when I get into college, I will figure everything out. I will be able to know what I'm gonna do when I graduate. I'll be able to find a job. I realize none of that happened. I changed my major so many times. Like I take 1 more year to graduate.
I always just kind of assumed that there was only one way that like I could ever do things to be successful. As I've gone through college, I feel like I'm going farther and farther off that. And sometimes that's really cool because it's like this is a totally new thing for me, and sometimes it's kind of really terrifying.
I was kind of expecting college to be more cinematic than it was. Not like the stereotypical, like, this is college!
Have you ever watched a film called Heathers?
Yes, I love Heathers! I love that movie. Oh my god.
I was like, is all American college like that? I expect that I can make a lot of friends here, but it's not the truth because I have many friends in my hometown, but here it's harder for me to make friends. I don't know if that American culture, people don't make long-term friends. Probably, you know, even if we don't know, we can go to a party, we have fun, and after party we don't know each other, or like they don't interact that much. That's probably the American way, maybe.
I don't know. From my perspective, people are afraid to like look like they're having fun because they're worried about like getting judged.
Maybe Columbus is not a big city.
Oh, it's not.
So so they probably don't interact with foreign people that much, so that they also feel uncomfortable. It's not like New York.
I think it's really like kind of interesting when people come here and say, "Wow, this is the most diverse place I've ever been to," and it's Columbus, Ohio. And I'm like,
no,
really?
Yeah.
There's a large group of international students on this campus, right?
Okay.
Do you guys feel isolated even from each other?
First, the language is like there's barrier for the language, and then if you don't speak as like I don't know at a certain level, it's really hard to get along because like the language it has all the humors and then like background stories and then all the references. So there's problem for that I think too if there's like isolation problem is, and then. I guess I can't really speak for like other people because I don't know really how other people would think. So yeah, there's that. How do you think?
I don't have a single international student
Okay.
friend. I wish I did, but I remember when I was a freshman, I was talking to a group of international students, and they're like, yeah, like we like We like it here. It's just, it's so strange to be somewhere else, like surrounded by a group of people you don't know.
Yeah, it's really hard to get along with like different background and different culture, especially when in early 20s. I can speak this because like I've been through that time. People are still insecure about themselves. So people are so afraid of like how they look from like other people, and then they are like desperate to look for the peers. And then when the cultures and then like language and everything are smashed, like they feel so insecure about like themselves. So it's really hard to get along, to break that barriers out.
Like being an international student, did you have any struggles coming from that side, or like maybe people didn't perceive your thoughts the same way just because they grew up believing different things or coming from different backgrounds?
A little bit. I mean, it's understandable.
Oh, definitely.
You know, people don't think the same way as I do. I mean, most people don't.
No one thinks the same.
Yeah, I definitely have struggle about that. Still have struggle about that. But you know, one of my goal is to understand how other people operate and think. So, you know, it's really necessary to overcome that. If you could do one thing differently, you could like, if you blinked and it was like your first day on campus, what would you do differently?
I would follow my heart to study what I love.
Yeah, me too.
And be more courageous in terms of chasing my dreams, for sure.
All right, that's it.
Okay.
Cut. Good job. We're done.